Zongo Cup has been a yacht race between the Morro Bay Yacht Club and the Avila Bay Yacht Club for I think going on 13 years. This year we decided to mix it up and add stand-up paddling to the mix. I figured if they're going to have some outrigger guys and gals participating, well, they might as well have some stand-up people. So Vincent Shay and I, Vince from Avila Beach Paddlesports, we decided, well, let's combine efforts and try to get something off the ground and perhaps make it a movement for 2015.
My friend Ken Twist, you know, kind of like came to our shop. He's a good friend. He runs intogeo.com. Great guy, good paddler. You know, I have a lot of respect for Ken. And he came and kind of mentioned that, you know, he was going to kind of integrate or kind of support a stand-up paddleboard division on the Zongo All-Stars Yacht Race, basically. They've been doing it for quite some time here. It goes from Morro Bay down to Avila, between 20 and 24 miles. And I go, wow, that's pretty good. You know, personally, I've been paddling a long time. I've done that stretch of coastline in a kayak. Never really did it on a stand-up board, so.
A stretch of coastline, which is pristine, rugged, beautiful sandstone formations. And it's a stretch of coast that you're not going to see and is not accessible unless you have a watercraft, a boat. So for those that want to challenge themselves and make that paddle, you know, they're going to see a lot of things, a lot of wildlife, a lot of unique, scenic shoreline, and it's just a good experience.
But we ended up doing it, and no one else showed up. It was just Ken and I. We showed up that morning at Morro Bay Yacht Club, and everybody's kind of tripping out that some stand-up paddleboarders were going to do it. And I knew some people at the yachts and from Avila, and go, "You're going to paddle that?" And I go, "Why not? It's just paddling, you know. How hard can it be?"
It's about challenging yourself, setting a goal, and you know the goal could be crazy. And even if you don't meet that goal, it's just you set something, you want to go try it and make it happen. I think the accomplishment is just giving yourself the confidence that it sounds like a hairy, gnarly thing to go paddle that long, but once you're in it, it really isn't. It is tough and it does tax on the body, but you can get through it. And it's just how you deal with that and the perseverance. That's going to give you an amazing amount of satisfaction when you hit the beach in Avila.
To do it, you know, I'd never really ever gone over 9 miles, to tell you the truth, on a stand-up board. So I didn't really know what to expect.
That experience is fun. I mean, when we jumped in the water, Vince and I, we left the harbor mouth. We launched a little bit before the yachts did, and it was fun. A lot of water. The water was warm, just glass. I think one of the most special parts of that paddle was coming around Point Bouchon and kind of getting in close to some of those reefs as the swell was breaking, to see that, and then really getting up close and personal with some of the whales. So we had a real nice pod of whales that we kind of got detoured and stopped and played around in them for a while. And that was just amazing. You see these big creatures out there, life everywhere. You can't see the sharks, thankfully, but you can see the seals, the dolphins, and the birds. It's just, that was like a zoo. It was fantastic.
What I learned through the whole experience with the 23, I think it was 23.4 miles I ended up paddling according to my Garmin. And I suffered for the last 10 miles of that. And I sort of like suffering, but this is a little different suffering. And but I kind of got hooked a little bit, and actually a lot. I got hooked a lot.
I think in 2015 we want to make it more of a premier event for the Central Coast. There's not too many areas or races where you can combine efforts with something that's already established. So you've got spotter boats, you've got safety, the sheriff's out there watching you in the water. So I think we want to add a couple classes, maybe a racing class and another just an adventure paddle class for people that want to do something, you know, as you're paddling 24 miles, 22 miles to 24 is, you know, it's a significant event for many people, and, you know, just getting through that, yet alone racing it, I think it will, it would be a good thing for people to achieve. It's something that they can look back on and say, yeah, we did this, it was a lot of fun, and we're going to go back and do it again next year. So hopefully get some momentum and get people turned on to the sport and have something like this accessible for them.
And we did it in about 4.5 hours after playing with some whales for a while, and it was great. I learned a lot from Ken that day and from the experience of the Zongo All-Stars. We hope that we get more people on it next year. 2015 could be a big year. So,
it'd be nice to have more than 2 of us next year doing it, because it's always fun to get a crowd, and I think we want to show the Zongo Cup as a premier paddling race or event, because it's unique in the state of California to have something like this where you go that far across pristine coastline and where there's a lot of wildlife. So it'd be good to get this race going and put it on the map as part of one of the major stand-up paddling events in 2015.